Hello, everyone. We just want to take this time to really announce that we thought from here we'll be uploading bi-weekly. That means we'll continue doing snack breaks because those are like one of the biggest things that we want to interact with you guys. And then we're going to continue doing the guests as well. There's both Jal and I, our schedules aren't really jam-packed with everything. Doing the shorts every day is a lot as well. We don't have the money to really hire an editor and just go for that.
Yeah, Skoy and I are kind of reconsidering our own content and where we want to focus our effort. We started this the Snack Break and the Gamer Breakfast podcast is like a forum for us to talk with each other and to talk with guests and to just kind of make another way to like have conversation about stuff. And it was never really based on growth, and we never really like intended this to do anything like growth wise or money wise or anything like that. So it's just a fun thing for us to do. However, in that same vein, we still want to focus on our own content and our own personal growth, and keeping up with the amount of content and the density of content that we've been doing for Gamer Breakfast just is antagonistic to that. Plus, you know, like I work full time, Skoy works a lot. We are constantly moving in oh, it is a full time. Okay, I wasn't sure because like you text me and it's like a Tuesday and you're like, I'm off today, and I'm like, well, that's cool, and I'm sitting at work. Yeah, so we both work full time, and we both are like super busy, and we still want to focus on our own content too. And so focusing too much on Gamer Breakfast, it feels like it's been hindering us. So we're gonna start focusing on us a little bit more. So yeah, podcasts are going to be coming out bi-weekly, still like on that switching, you know, Gamer Breakfast with a guest, and then a snack break, because like Skoj said, we like to talk to you guys, we like to talk with each other, and we're still going to be doing that. And at the same time too, we're going to be doing shorts every other day instead. So, you know, if you're following on TikTok, if you're subscribed to on YouTube, or if you follow the Twitter, you'll see those come up every other day instead of every day. We just hope that stretching this content out is going to give us a little bit more breathing room so we can focus on our own stuff still, as well as still trying to grow the Gamer Breakfast stuff, but keeping it mainly for what we want it for, which is just a place to shit talk.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it gives us time to like have better plans for our podcast as well, because it's for sometimes we don't know what to talk about.
I think that's all we need to talk about. Yeah.
They get so much understanding. We're not stopping. This is like this is not like a slow down to a stop. This is a slow down for us to catch up with ourselves, because this is a lot.
Yeah.
Enjoy the episode. It's a fun one. Love you guys' faces. Welcome everyone to Gamers Breakfast, or this segment, Snack Break. My name is SkojSkull, and I got my co-host with me, Jalbagel. This is where you say something. Okay.
Hello, it's me, Jalbagel. I was trying to.
Audio listeners are just like, is he here?
I was trying to pick between throwing the peace sign or dabbing, and then I remembered, we have audio listeners. Oh, dude, the peace dab? Oh, could you imagine? That'd be too powerful. I couldn't possibly do it.
Yeah, I almost broke the internet. But we thought we decided to do something a little different today. We're scrapping our old episode that we're going to post today for something that we thought we would talk about that is currently happening. So
yeah, there's
a lot of misinformation being spread around. I was informed incorrectly as well on my end too. There's a lot of people not overreacting. There's a lot of people that are reacting to this, that are the bigger creators that are part of this situation, and then everyone's just kind of like following up on that, just being like, you're right. This is not good.
That's bad, and I'm angry.
Yeah, so this podcast is mostly us trying to explain like this is what's happening and this is who it's affecting. We're fine.
We're informing. We want to take the chance to inform people and talk about options and educate and reduce some of the fear that's associated with this kind of a thing, because it does affect each and every one of us as content creators.
Yeah, because I was misinformed as well. I messaged this man. I was just like, we're fucked. He's like, actually, we're not. They're fucked. We're fine.
They're fucked. We're fine. We should probably talk about what it is.
Which is,
we haven't mentioned it yet.
So what's happening right now is for the bigger creators, like the top 600 that have this 70-30 split. The top creators that have this 70-30 split are the ones that are getting affected by this. It eventually is going to be changed for them to a 50-50 split. Also, this change is not going to happen until like what, June of next year?
Literally, yeah, halfway through 2023.
Yeah, so the fact that they decided to announce this now, right after their big praise for getting rid of gambling the day before, is kind of wild. Instead of like just waiting a month and just being like, hey, we're gonna make you upset.
Well, there's some other controversy and drama around why people think Twitch made this announcement today, and it has to and we don't have to delve into this because it could be a possible trigger warning for anybody out there, but it has to do with an investigation that's ongoing on Twitch regarding channels that predatorize, underage streamers, minor streamers, which you can be a minor and stream on Twitch. That is legal with parental consent and a specific contract that they do, and that's a thing that you can do, but there's an investigation ongoing about accounts that are predators to those kinds of streamers. We don't have to get into that because that can be kind of a heavy and trigger warning topic. The thing that we want to talk about today is what was the announcement. To kind of preface this a little bit more, because there's a couple of things that are going on in here, and it impacts us, just not directly, and also it only impacts us to the point that they've finally made a statement about this. So it has to do with the revenue split for subscriptions. As many people know, a streamer has a default revenue split for a subscription of 50-50. That includes every partnered streamer on a normal partner contract. That includes myself. The only difference is, and they really didn't talk about this, but the only difference is that higher tiered subscriptions like tier 2 and tier 3 have different splits. They didn't actually mention that, so I have no idea if those are going to be affected by this. But the baseline revenue share for subscriptions is a 50-50, 50 going to the streamer and 50 going to to Twitch, which is not exactly 50-50 because they deduct taxes first, so that they keep the tax portion and then we get the rest. And so it's really closer to like 52-48, whatever. We're still going to talk about this being 50-50. A while ago, a user voice kind of came out where people were signing it saying, we want the subscription revenue split changed. And a lot of people signed it. It had the number in here. Where was it?
It was like over 200,000 or something.
Yeah, it was a bunch of people. 22,000. More than 22,000 of you weighed in on the user voice. I'm pretty sure that is specifically comments on the user voice, not upvotes on it, because you can just upvote it and be done with it. But I'm pretty sure that was 22,000 comments on that user voice asking for us to move all streamers to a 70-30 and pay streamers faster. They are paying streamers quicker now, air quotes quicker, as they're rolling out a payout at 50% instead of, or it should be at $50 instead of $100. Yeah, so that'll be nice. Sure, that's great, but they are still sticking with the 50-50 revenue split. They also talked about premium deals, premium partner contracts, where they do have a 70-30 split. There are much larger streamers, you know, the big mega streamers, the top 0.001% of Twitch, who do make a 70-30 split or more based on their contract with Twitch. But they did say as of June 1st, they're going to be June 1st, 2023. Once you have earned your first 100,000 through subscription revenue, they will be changing it to 50-50. And for a lot of these people, they make over $1 million on Twitch, so they're going to lose very easily $300,000. Yeah. So that's actually kind of wild. That specific thing only directly affects approximately 600 users on Twitch. Even less than that, actually, because of how ad revenue is shared in other countries and how much subscription costs in other countries. The subscriptions in other countries are actually cheaper. So if you are predominantly a Brazilian streamer or predominantly an Italian streamer to an Italian community or a Brazilian community or whatever, you're actually not making $2.50 of sub. You're actually making like 80 cents because it is cheaper for them. So it's going to affect international a little bit differently, but for the most part, which is where the bulk of people are in the U.S. That's I think they said it's a little under 500 streamers. Someone broke down all these numbers and did a lot of research into this, and it was good. Whether or not it's perfectly accurate, probably not.
Yeah,
but I mean, Skoy, I don't know about you. I'm not making 100,000 a year on Twitch.
What? You're not? I am. I'm kidding.
Wait, but Joe, your partner, shouldn't you be making?
No,
not even close.
Yeah, this whole thing is like the reason why this is like kind of blown out of proportion is because like the bigger creators are the ones that are talking about it, and then a lot of us are kind of following up, being like, yeah, that's bad, which it is for them. For them, it's bad, but it's just like. For us, it doesn't affect us directly. We're still gonna see the same amount of ads. We're still gonna see the same amount of like splits for everyone. Yep. Like it's all gonna be the same. Twitch is gonna be the same platform. Yep. Probably even after the like when this change like ends up happening in June next year. Like the only thing I'm worried about as well is that since right now they're pushing so much towards ads. Like, how much further are they going to go with the ads on their platform if they're just like, this makes us more money, we're going to push this more in the future? Or do you feel like this is where it kind of is, and they're just going to improve on the ads? Like, maybe you can skip it or something in the future. Like, you could skip an ad
I
or
don't
something.
ever see a skip feature coming to Twitch. I just, like, legitimately don't. With how they're currently doing things, it's just not going to happen. I see them... Because and we talked about this a little bit too, and I want to talk about it here. There are two types of ads, and this is going to be relevant because it's going to go into what I, think is going to happen with the platform as far as ads are concerned. I'm putting this over here away from my keyboard so I don't spill it all over my keyboard again. Again. So this is I'm going to explain this. There are two types of ads. There are pre-rolled ads, which are the ads that run when you click and join a stream. And then there are mid-roll ads, which are the ad breaks in the middle of a stream that, creates the mini viewer sometimes. And you get a muted stream, you have the mini viewer, and then you have a big ad, and they run for however long they run for. Pre-roll ads are on by default per Twitch. Twitch controls those. Twitch controls how long your pre-rolled ads are, how many pre-roll ads there are, how often. I mean, that's going to happen, which is really only when you join a stream or when you reload a web browser, because that rejoins the stream. So you're going to get another pre-rolled ad. And the revenue sharing on a pre-rolled ad is the same as any other ad. It's just not great. But Twitch controls those, and that's kind of based on like your metrics, your numbers, how many people are watching, how many concurrent viewers you have. It can be anywhere between 30 seconds to I've seen 4 minutes. They control how long a pre-rolled ad is ran on your channel. Mid-rolls are controlled by the streamer, by you streamer. Mid-rolls are controlled by that. So if you ever look at your dashboard on Twitch, you can go to your affiliate or partner tab, and you can look in there. At the very, very bottom, there's the ads manager. If you turn that on, that's mid-roll ads. If you have that off, you have no mid-roll ads. If people are getting ads in the middle of their stream, it's because their connection to the stream is being interrupted. They got bad internet, that's going to happen. They refresh the stream, that's going to happen, right? Yeah, it's not much we have control over that, both as a viewer and as a streamer, right?
Also, another thing, something I didn't know as well, and I didn't know this for the longest time. There's probably a lot of people that do know this, but if you don't have to refresh your stream to be at the current time of the stream, you can pause the stream and play the stream.
You can do that. There's also a refresh button next to the play button in the video player.
Oh, really?
There's a refresh button. It says like refresh video player, and it'll bring you right up to the current time.
Yeah. So
I do that if I need to refresh a stream, and that won't roll an ad for you. It shouldn't.
Yeah.
Roll an ad for you.
That's another big thing that I was just because I was getting annoyed by that too, because I'm just dude, I'm getting ads every time I refresh the freaking page. That's because that's what happens. You're refreshing the entire browser, and it's just oh, you're new to the page now. We're gonna throw another ad in here.
Yeah, oh, welcome back. You aren't subbed. Here you go. and we'll get to that here in a second. But remember, mid-roll ads are controlled by the streamer. I am currently running mid-roll ads, and I'll talk about why. they're just going to get ahead of ourselves. But I'm running mid-rolled ads right now. I'm running a minute and a half of ads, 90 seconds of ads every 30 minutes. It seems like a lot, and it kind of is. It's 8 ad breaks in the normal 4 hours that I stream. It's a lot. But that does 2 things for me right now. One, running that ad density removes pre-rolled ads. It's not 3 minutes of ads per hour. It's a minute and a half of ads per every 30 minutes to remove pre-rolled ads. You can only disable pre-rolls for 30 minutes at a time. So you have to run them in that density to remove a pre-rolled ad. Yeah. So if you're running mid-rolls, thinking that you're getting rid of pre-rolls, but you're running 3 minutes of mid-rolls, you're not getting rid of pre-rolls. You're only getting rid of 30 minutes of pre-rolls after your ad break. You have to pay attention to that stuff. But you, the streamer, control that. So if you don't like mid-rolls and you think you can integrate ad breaks into your content, I think that's the smartest thing to do. People that play lobby-based games, like right now Splatoon 3,
yeah,
or if you play like Hunt Showdown, or if you play Dead by Daylight, or if you play like Valorant or something like that, where like you finish a game, okay guys, we're gonna take a quick minute and a half ad break. I'm gonna get up, take a piss, get a water, do a stretch. I've been sitting here for 4 hours. We're gonna run an ad break here.
That's if you manually set it up though, right? Because
you can set it up automatically, and you can run them manually too when they're automatic as well. You can run an early ad break and it delays your next one.
Oh yeah, I think like the biggest thing, like one of the other things that people are complaining about with the ad stuff is that it intrudes of what's happening on the stream as well, and it's not like
absolutely does
your normal TV ads where it's just like we're gonna stop here and then continue after the ads. It intrudes the entire stream.
And so but the mid-roll ads are up to the creator.
Yes,
that's the point that I'm getting at. We have control over a mid-roll ad. Over a pre-rolled ad, whatever. You're joining the stream. You haven't seen any of the stream. It hasn't intruded on your experience yet, other than the fact that you're impatient. I am too. I hate getting pre-rolls, but I click on the stream and I get up and I walk away. It's like, I'm going to click on the stream. I want to watch Skoj. I'm going to click on the stream. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go get a coffee and I'm going to come back. Right? Just got to go do something. Go pet your cat. Right? Just be patient. Because we can't do anything about pre-rolls. You know, like even in the first minute of my stream, there's a pre-rolled ad because you can't run an ad break until a minute has passed. Yeah. Stupid. The only reason I'm talking about this though is to say this: they aren't getting rid of that. They're going to incentivize that more through the ad incentive program. That's the other reason why I'm running ads this month. I'm being very transparent about this. I talk about it in my Discord community. I talk about it on Twitter, so you guys probably have seen it. But this month, Twitch is paying me $297 to run ads. I would be an idiot not to do that.
Yeah, and that's on top of your sub revenue for that month as well.
Correct.
So that's a good chunk of money.
That's a good chunk. That's more than 50% of what I usually make in a month. I don't care about talking about these numbers. Like if you guys want to go like, oh, like Jalbagel's big streamer, he's making money off of doing this stuff. It's the benefit for being a partner right now. All partners have this option, the ad incentive program. So if you're a partner, you do have this option. If you're an affiliate, you don't yet. They did talk about rolling it out next year for affiliates after they did some tweaking. And honestly, a lot of the tweaking that they've done has made me really impressed. And I have liked it. But that is like a consistent revenue that I'm making now that I will make at the end of the month. And it goes into my normal payout. And it applies to your payout. Like that's what I noticed too. So like, if you're struggling to meet that $50 or $100, you know, the ad incentive program can help you get there and stuff that. Do I think smaller streamers should be doing that stuff? Absolutely not. Set what you think it's worth to you, and I've done that for myself. And if it goes underneath that, I'm just not doing it that month. I don't think it's worth it. This month, it's worth it because I knew I was gonna be streaming stories too. I knew my viewership was gonna drop anyways, because that happens, right? Like, you know, it's not World, it's not Rise, it's stories too. Who cares about that game? I do.
I do so.
So I figured that this would be a really good time to do it anyways, especially because there's a lot of like running sequences in the game, and you know, I can delay an ad 3 minutes if I'm in the middle of a fight, so it happens during me just running around in circles, like, and the exciting parts stay in. So that's where I think they're going to go more towards incentivizing running ads on somebody's channel more. And like, I'm going to be honest, guys, there are some streamers out there that do it really, really well. Lobby-based games love ads. you're going to take a break anyways, or like if you're a streamer that usually takes a break, just run an ad, right? You're not there doing content anyways. It's not intrusive if you're not doing anything.
No,
just like Skoy says.
Your BRB scene up, and it's just like there's
be
watching
right back
that.
running an ad.
Run an ad.
Handy Tips has a fantastic ad break screen because he runs ad breaks on his channel, and so it says like taking a break, running an ad, be back in a bit or something like that, right? Like and it's got like his emotes on it and his personality in it, and as long as you're transparent about it, guys, like the majority of your community is gonna be like, dude, no problem. I had someone complain about ads in my channel because they were like, what, 4 ads in a row? It's like, I'm running those, like, please don't complain about those. Like, they're directly putting money in my pocket this month. They go, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know. I don't know how these things work.
Yeah.
And they immediately apologized. And they were like, fuck, dude, can you send me more and you make more money? I was like, unfortunately, no.
That's very sweet.
Like,
That's funny.
But once you have that conversation with your community as to why you're doing this thing, a lot of people start to understand it like more. Am I an advocate for ads on the channel on the platform? Absolutely not. I hate it too, just as much as the next person. I tolerate it just as much as you guys do because I like to watch my friends. And I'll jump into a stream. It's actually really funny. I was on Tuner's stream last night, saying hi or something like that, and he's like, "Jal, I want to show you like the song. Like, did you see the song that I mashed up with one of the Splatoon songs?" I said, "No, I didn't." And the moment I said that, I got an ad break, and I was like, "BRB ad break," and he goes, "Oh," and then just immediately gifted me a sub, and so I just refreshed. But just do that, right? Like if you join and like you're having a conversation with the streamer and like you're affected by the ad break, just say something.
Just let them know. It's just like, I didn't hear you.
I'm in the ad right now. Yeah.
It's becoming more of the norm.
And that's fine. And so that way we don't interrupt your experience, and you do, especially mid rolls, you do support us, right? That is consistent. It cost you 0 money to support us, and you just tolerating it is like the best thing that you can do for us. That's not the point of this conversation. Ads suck. They do. Some of us choose to run them because we are getting direct benefit out of it, but it's all about that transparency. But that's the way that Twitch is going to keep going. We aren't going to get a skip ad button. It's just going to be put more onto the streamer to make that decision. Do I run ads or not? And if you don't, then you're at, Twitch's mercy on whether or not you're going to have 4 minutes of pre-rolled ads.
Yeah, I think it's like a huge thing right now too, is that this is going to become the norm. We're going to have to accept that because it's just like we can't really we have to communicate now that it's just hey, I'm in an ad right now, I can't really talk to you, and that's fine. That's completely fine. Let us know, because
Please
it's just
that.
like if we're talking to you, it's like, hey, how's your day? And then you talk to them, and they're just like, oh, I didn't hear you. Can you say it again? I was in.
Yeah.
Let us know.
And then we don't know.
Yeah. So
it is always morally correct to let the streamer know that you're in an ad break.
Yeah, of course. Because I feel like not many people say that.
Yeah. Well, because like we don't see that side. Like for me, all I see is that like all it says is
go live.
An ad is playing
or live.
And but like the ads manager will give me a 3-minute countdown to like when an ad plays, so I can give you guys a heads up that an ad's about to play. And then like it'll show me like when the ad plays, like how long it takes. So I don't really know like when it starts for you or when it really finishes for you. I have like an estimate. So I mean, like if I'm in the middle of a conversation and you like get an ad, just say like, hey, I'm in an ad. I'll stop fucking talking.
One thing that Elise mentioned, Jiangxi, amazing broadcaster, if you manually set your ads, like if you manually like say, oh, I'm going to go on an ad break, it shows you how much time you have left in that ad break, which is really nice.
It does that in the automated ones too, but like when it started and like when it finished for each individual person can be a little different depending on your ISP, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, even just telling me like ad's done, like I'm back, okay, comrade or something. But it's we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but it's all about making that work for you. But they are going to be going towards this focus of ad revenue. That's where they make the most money. They don't give a shit about that sub, even though they're still pushing this 50-50 split. They make so little on subs.
Not only that, but it's
insane.
Like they want to push the ads more and they like have that be their main focus because the subs is what's taking away from the ads, and
probably.
And that's probably why like the September
They don't
thing.
want that 50-50 split.
Yeah, that too. But I think
yeah.
the September thing, the reason, like a few years ago, we've had if you gift a sub to other people, that was great month for me.
So good,
That
dude.
was a
I love
great
that
month.
because it was 2019. I remember exactly what was the year I started streaming. September 2019. It was half price gift subs. It was amazing. I was an affiliate then, and I was like, guys, we're unlocking all of the emotes this month. We unlocked all the emotes the second day. But what I was doing, because it's half off and we're still making the 250, so for every 2 subs that were spent on my channel, I was gifting a sub to the channel too. So it was just like buy 2 get 1. And we were just pushing it. I think I had so many subs that month. It was insane.
Oh my gosh, that was a great month. I remember that like fondly.
Dude, I think that paid for my PC upgrade too.
Yeah, but I think that's why they don't do that anymore. And now they're just doing like the specific, just like 20% off, 30% off your renewal sub or new sub.
Well, because it's also the sponsor is the one that's like really taking that hit. The sponsor is the one that makes up the difference for Twitch.
Oh, really?
Because they go like, oh yeah, because like it's like Subway sponsors this month's September. Like, well, I don't think they pay. What I think they do is they pay for the sponsorship a flat rate, and then that's supposed to cover the cost of the sponsorship. But that year and that one probably lost Twitch money.
Yeah.
So they're like, never again. Y'all can pay for subs in advance at 50% off or whatever, and deal with it. Yeah. No, that was rough. But yeah, it's like 10, 20, and 30% off of subs right now, and it's like, guys, don't even worry about it.
It's nice for the individual, but it's like, for the streamer, like for the gifted subs and stuff like that was really nice.
Oh yeah. And there's an argument to be made about buying the sub in advance. It helps guarantee us an income, but it doesn't really show us that, so it's really hard to like say like, oh, like since you bought 6 months of a sub, like can I see that broken down differently? No, absolutely not. It shows as a regular sub. You just can't see it. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay, yeah. But welcome to the podcast.
I think this is to make. I think this is to make the point that they are going to focus more on ad revenue.
Yes.
Dan Clancy is the president of Twitch. He's the one that wrote. He's the one that's addressed in this letter. He's the one that is addressing us in this letter. That is about the revenue sharing. And even though this 50-50 split doesn't affect us, we're still making 50-50. And even though this 70-30 split going down to 50-50 after 100,000 doesn't affect us, because none of us are making $100,000 doing this, 600 people are maybe, it does show where Twitch's kind of preference is lying when it comes to revenue sharing and when it comes to monetization. It's in ad revenue, and it's for them. Like they don't want us making the bulk of that money. It's weird because, like, legitimately, like I just said, I'm going to make more on the ad incentive program this month than I am subs. So they want me to play more ads, and I'm going to get paid more to play those ads. So yeah, I'll take advantage of that while it's a good deal for me. Yeah. That's the direction. And if you don't like that as a content creator, and I think, if you're a smaller content creator or a growing content creator, you do want to avoid ads because you want people to see you as much as possible. When you have an established community that you can kind of work through these things, or maybe if you're changing content, you need to like make up the gap. Like this is a good time to do that. Yeah. But for smaller growing communities that don't get as much of incentive out of this, your affiliates or your pre-affiliates, this is not the direction you want to see a platform go. No. And it like really sucks because like if you're seeing them going towards this direction, what's going to happen, let's say 5 years from now? What's going to happen, let's say like 10 years from now? What's going to happen, like if it's still here? Like what's gonna happen? And though I will be honest, I gave Twitch a life expectancy of 5 years 4 years ago, so we'll see what happens next year. I feel like, for my personal take on this, is that like I feel like Twitch is going to continue going on this decline. It might pull out of it, you never know. It might just be like, you know what, it's just like, we hear you,
we're doing this, and we like something happens, and like we all benefit from it, which would be fantastic. But like all I've been seeing since it's been bought by Amazon, back in like what 2019.
No, way before then.
Wait, when
like
did
2016.
16?
When did Amazon buy Twitch? Google, tell me. 2014.
Jesus, never mind. I would say like probably when were like some of the big changes that were happening for the platform that started going on the steady decline of like things for Twitch? Would you say like probably
2 years ago? I'd say 2020. Well, because like you have to define what is the steady decline. We got mid-roll ads in 2019 or 2020.
The weird inconsistency also with like bans and stuff on Twitch as well. Like it's a weird.
That's been there forever.
Yeah.
And like because it's an automated process. So what happens when you put automation in charge of this stuff, because there's so many users. So when anyone just goes and says, "Hey, I would like to ban this person," they go, "Oh yeah." And then they just do it. Same thing happens, and like I know this isn't the case that you're trying to make, but the same thing happens on YouTube, the same thing happens on Twitter, the same thing happens on Instagram, the same thing happens on TikTok. Like it happens everywhere, you know. But the inconsistent bans are going to happen no matter what, as long as that process is still automated and also managed by part-time employees.
I can understand that it, like I was gonna say like that's weird, it's automated, but no, I can understand there are millions of users on each platform. How the hell are you gonna to keep track of that? Holy
it's
shit.
Like it's the same kind of inconsistency stuff that we see on like YouTube, where like you can make one video and it gets through the whole, you know, review process perfectly fine, but you make another video and for some reason that one, which is identical to the first, gets flagged for something.
Yeah.
It's because it goes through an automated process. That automated process picks out one thing, and then that goes to a person reviewer. And each one of those people have different political beliefs, have different opinions on what is good content, what is bad, have different prejudice, and they impose those you know objects, those personas onto your content. That's when they say like this went through an in-person review. It did, and either A, that person didn't give a shit and just clicked ban or not ban, and they just push it through, so they can, or they just don't like you for any reason. And that was actually a problem like on early Twitch. There's literally rampant racism on Twitch, YouTube. On early YouTube, there was literally just rampant racism because they had this manual process for everything, and it was just straight up. It's like, oh, you are dark skinned.
Oh yeah,
we're removing your monetization.
I think also, Twitch is not the only site that has problems. TikTok has problems. Twitter has problems.
Oh, I mean,
YouTube has problems. They all do. Every platform has problems. We're leaning into
Twitch today. Because fuck you, Twitch. I said it.
Whoa. Gonna change right? Gonna change all my colors. I'm gonna get rid of that pillow.
get rid. Change everything to red.
But no, like there's a lot of benefits going to other platforms as well. YouTube, I feel like if you're looking to be growing on a platform, Twitch, incredibly hard to grow on that platform. Especially like with all the advertisements and stuff like that on there. But what?
Well, yeah, let's ease into our next one, because we talked about like what's happened and what's happening and and
that's what I was gonna get to.
Why is things? Yeah, so let's ease into our next topic, which is, hey, Skoj, you're a Twitch streamer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what you should do right now?
I need to use the restroom, actually. I'm kidding.
Oh.
But we should go. What should I do? What should I do?
You should. Hold on, can you edit this in too? Because I don't want to do this and it look dumb. So can you edit this in?
All right.
You need to diversify.
Okay, I'm not gonna edit that.
What?
Anyway.
Why not?
I have to curve the letters and everything. You know how hard that is?
Everything.
Do you want me to
want me to make it straight? Diversify.
Like a model. It's like, could do post. Oh my gosh!
We should all be diversifying, and this is something that we should have been doing way before. Yeah, you know, anytime they always say, if you want to grow on Twitch, grow off the site, because Twitch is not a growth platform. Twitch is literally a place for you to have a stream. That's it. Yeah, that's all it is. Don't look at it as a monetization platform. Don't look at it as a growth platform. Look at it as a place for you to put your stream.
Yes.
And then you can start managing your expectations a little bit better.
Right now, currently, I feel like Twitch is the comfiest platform to have your live stream on, which is unfortunate. But
they have a good UI. They have a good design. Emotes are cool. Like the fact that you can use your friends' emotes in other places that cost money, whatever. And finding new streamers based on the games that you like is really, really easy. Just go and click on the game category and start scrolling, baby.
Just start scrolling through that.
But it's up to you to do that. So
exactly.
Like, no one's doing that. Like 10% of people are doing that.
Also, but like there are other platforms that are working on it. TikTok's working on it. They have like a pretty good system with their like live streams. It's pretty cool. YouTube is working on
YouTube.
Huh?
Please, YouTube, for the love of God, fix your UI. Oh my God.
I think that's like the biggest thing is the UI for that, and discoverability is different. I want to say that for YouTube. It's very different. It's like more lean towards well, I don't know if I want to get into this right now.
Because we're gonna get to it's in my notes later.
Yeah, I know. We have a note list. We actually have a list this time. We know what we're talking about.
I put this together 10 minutes before the podcast.
Yeah. So. But YouTube is like working on making their platform better as well. There's a lot of stuff like we'll get into with YouTube in a bit on like what they're doing to improve their platform, and it's looking like more and more like Twitch. Like they're like Twitch
getting
is
closer to it.
It's getting closer, and it's looking really nice. And we'll talk about those later.
Now you can raid. You can raid on
kind
YouTube.
Kind of.
The system it's not great.
No, it's not great because you have to go through the YouTube Studio. You have to go through like a certain a few different things. You have to click the link of the URL that you're going to be raiding to.
Raid.
Yeah.
SkojSkull. Like, come on, guys, it's that easy. Twitch, you don't have to reinvent it. YouTube, please steal your ideas from Twitch.
I mean, they did
it right so far,
and they are doing that for some of their things, and I think they're going to improve.
Just don't copy their homework on revenue sharing and monetization. Don't do that part.
I don't think they're doing that.
just copy their homework on like UI and UX design, please.
But yeah, like YouTube is improving as its own as its platform, and
and it also,
we'll get into that.
like when we say diversify too, it also doesn't mean streaming on other platforms, right?
No.
Creating other types of content, like shorts content, like we do for the podcasts, or creating like curated videos for YouTube, things that are adjacent but different than your streaming content will help you grow, right? You know, opinion pieces, reaction videos, you know, how-tos, guides, tutorials, even just simple stuff. Yeah, even just simple stuff like
from your streams.
Highlights of your streams, right? A clip compilations, even stuff like that actually can get you some traction. Maybe not huge traction, but some traction. And it starts to build that backlog of content that people who discover you can then binge.
Yes.
And that's a big part of YouTube too, is binge watching. Yes. And people do not realize that people love binge watching on YouTube. They'll click on one creator and watch all of their videos from now until 2016. You know?
Don't do that for me.
They're all unlisted, but one day I will get in there and I will list them.
You can basically see my crazy old streams on like Game of Breakfast, because I didn't realize that it was connected to this, because I changed a lot of the channels, and I was like,
but diversifying yourself and your content across other platforms onto growth platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and even Twitter not so much, but Twitter.
Twitter's like a best way to communicate with your audience, like one of the best ways.
Or Instagram, they're both really good for that. But and even Instagram can be a really good growth platform. Like, it's really weird. I don't know how to use Instagram though.
So recently something happened. Liz, my girlfriend, she got a notification from my Instagram reel that I posted when Stories 2 was out. So this is like a year and a half ago. And she just got the notification for it. She's just like,
because I've been streaming it. It's relevant again.
But no, I think it's because like Instagram is trying to change their own things as well. So definitely recommend Instagram Reels. Those are like a thing that you can
Instagram's
grow
getting
on.
its own streaming too.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Instagram and TikTok are making streaming tools.
Oh, well, there you go. More
There you go.
ways to diversify. Just do what Ninja does and just the stream. Okay, you don't do that. I'm kidding. Don't do that.
Stream to all of them.
Do not do that. I've been looking into.
Go live.
If you don't mind if I go on this tangent for real quick.
Go for it.
I would highly recommend, for myself at least, don't multi-stream to multiple different platforms, because you're splitting up your audience that way, and it's going to make it incredibly hard to grow on those separate platforms as a whole. Because if you just have one platform you're focusing on, and you're telling your other platforms to go to this channel, that one channel, it all goes to one channel. When
funnel it.
Yeah, funnel it. And if you multi-stream, it doesn't really help.
You're letting them stay there. Exactly.
Yeah. So
you're letting them stay on the one platform. You don't get the growth, because I mean, like, there are benefits to partner. There are monetization benefits there on Twitch, that is, right? And there's more emote slots. There's guaranteed transcoding options. There are benefits to being partner. You get a cool check mark. I think that's the coolest thing. But those you have to know how to use those tools for yourself to continue to grow. Yeah. Twitch is not going to grow you. Twitch is not going to give you a break. Twitch isn't going to be there and be like, oh well, user 42069XXX dog whistle, I don't know. They've been streaming for 5 years to 4 people. It's time for their break. Here's 4 million viewers. Like, no, it's not going to happen, right? Like, they don't do that. They don't make opportunities for you. It's not a growth platform. Remember that. It's literally just a place to host your stream. And once you know that has shitty monetization options. And then once you know that, you can set your expectations. Because the next thing is considering other monetization options. Consider other ways to monetize your streams. What? Skoy, come on!
I know, the Twitch thing, I feel like the hours that you put in for the streams for the ad revenue split is crazy unrealistic for the normal average person. Because, like, streaming 200 hours...
that one's stupid. Do not pay attention to that example that's in that letter. Yeah, that's dumb as shit.
Yeah. Extremely unrealistic. Please do not push yourself if you don't think you can to that extent, because that is insane.
Anything that Dan Clancy says, ignore it. He's an idiot. He's a liar. Just ignore it. Flat out. So, this is something that he put in there justifying why the 50-50 split needs to stay, because it pays for their hosting costs. So it says, lastly, we have to talk about the cost of our services, delivering high definition, low latency. Bullshit. Always available. Bullshit. Remember that day, like, a few weeks ago where no one could stream from the hours of literal peak Twitch use, which was 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Literally peak. Oh yeah, you can't stream right now. Site's broken. Weird. And we're going to give you no compensation for it whatsoever. A lot of you, this is your livelihood, and you missed out on a night of streaming. And for some of you, that's anywhere between like $100 to $400 in revenue. And you're going to get none of it. So all of that's bullshit too. 5500 kilobit per second bit rate is your max, because if you set your bit rate on OBS, OBS tip for you guys, if you set your bit rate to the maximum that they allow, which is 6,000, your bit rate always fluctuates. It always fluctuate about 200 plus or minus. The moment you go over 600, you get rate limited by Twitch and your stream lags. So if you're always like, if people are always complaining about your stream buffering, set it to 5,500 or 5,200.
Wow.
But you can't set it to 6,000. Hey, YouTube, 14,000?
You can also stream at 4K.
You can also stream at 4K 35,000 kilobit per second. What?
The only downside with that is there's like the latency is like they have different.
It's insane.
The latency is just like is very limited. So like if you stream at a higher quality, they have like different settings for that, where it's just like you can only do this latency if you stream at that quality. But if you stream at 1080,
you'll get a bigger lag between you and your audience.
But if you stream at 1080 60, it's completely fine. You can talk
like 10
in your stream
milliseconds or something like that.
It's just insane. Like, hi, oh hey, what? Whoa.
Are we in call together? So delivering high definition, low latency, always available video to nearly every corner of the world is expensive. Okay, that's a true statement. Using the published rates from Amazon Web Services Interactive Video Services, IVS, which is the services that Twitch uses to give you a live feed, which is essentially Twitch video. Live video costs for a 100 CCU streamer, that's concurrent viewership, 100 average viewers, who streams 200 hours per month, are more than $1,000 per month. I stream 5 days a week, at least 4 hours a day. I barely break 100.
Yeah.
That person doesn't exist on average.
On average.
That number is just like, well, let's see. Who used to stream a bunch? Oh, like Ninja used to stream a bunch. Like Ninja would like stream like 8 hours a day. Yeah, that's like
no
200
sleep.
hours a month. And no sleep, never slept. Yeah. And then like, and then we gotta say like a realistic number, because like, not everyone's Ninja. So we'll say 100 average. Less than 0.5% of Twitch has over 100 average, by the way.
That's just crazy.
I think it's 1% of, like, I think at one time 1% of Twitch had over 100 average viewership, but as it stands right now, less than 0.5% of Twitch has over 100 average. So this is just a lie. This is they're making up a streamer. Hey, it's make up a streamer. That's a new Twitter account idea for you if you want free ad revenue. Make up a streamer. Man. And you could literally just take this and paste it, and that could be your first viral post. That's a free idea. Enjoy. We don't typically talk about this because, frankly, you shouldn't have to think about it. You're right.
We shouldn't.
But this is a lie. We'd rather you focus on doing what you do best. Like, we'd rather you focus on doing what you do best, but to fully answer that question of why not 70/30, ignoring the high cost of delivering Twitch services would have meant having you an incomplete answer. The other part to this too is that they are using the published rates for Amazon Web Services interactive video services that they would charge a client, a customer to them. They own that. If you own a sandwich shop and you sell a meatball sub for $12, it did not cost you $12 to create that. It cost you $4. And if it did cost you $12, you're losing money. You're not charging enough for your service. And if that's your problem, Twitch, I have a degree in biology and I understand basic economics and accounting. If that's a problem, you probably need to charge more for your services. But no, it does not cost them the published rates for the IVS. It does not cost them that to run this. It costs them maybe 20%, 30% of that. At most 50. At most. There's no shot. There's no shot they're only making 50% revenue on that.
So funny.
It's so dumb. This entire sentence is so stupid. It's asinine.
This is why they posted this at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. No, this is why they posted it when everyone was asleep except for Indonesia and that side of the hemisphere, right? Like this is why they posted it when like literally like 70% of the world's population was asleep. Yeah. And it's asinine. It's stupid. It's irrelevant even, and it's inconsistent, and it's not accurate. It's just they made up a streamer. They attached a number that they could at least reference. Which good on you. It doesn't cost you that. No, it doesn't. No. It costs them maybe $50 a month. It costs them maybe $50 a month to host my channel, but it does cost them like, I don't know, hundreds of thousands to host, the top 10 streamers. Because that's a shit ton of people that they're providing that service to every single day. They're also making like $10 million off of each of those people.
That's
in ad
why
revenue.
I don't know if people notice, but that's why a lot of like if they're like here's an example. So there's a podcast I watch called Trash Taste. They live stream on Twitch. Their first stream on Twitch was really bad because it was just like there were so many people coming in at once to a new channel that Twitch did not expect this. They were just like, oh, what's happening?
Because we are all rate limited.
Yes.
And the top 10 aren't.
Yeah.
They can have a bit rate of 15,000 they can stream at higher quality, but we still can only view it in 1080p. Stupid.
It got better throughout the stream, but that was because Twitch realized that platform can hold that amount of people, and so that's why that happens. The inside of Twitch. Whoa. Anyways, go on.
And it's the stuff that they don't talk about, or they aren't transparent about, and it's the things that they like to keep behind closed doors because, which I mean, I don't know. We're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll talk about that later, but because you went off on this tangent. All right. Consider monetization on other platforms. That's our other tip for you, right? You can still, and this is kind of like my plan, right? You can still stream to Twitch, but you can ignore the monetization that's available on Twitch. When you take away the benefits of those monetizations and try to focus on benefits for monetizations elsewhere, like Patreon, Ko-Fi, OnlyFans, whatever you want to do. Is that what I said?
Putting that option down.
What? There's nothing wrong with OnlyFans.
No, not at all. I don't know, like, at what I've been looking at on Twitter, but holy shit, there's a lot of OnlyFans accounts that are following me on Twitter. Does that happen to you too?
Oh, those are bots?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I wasn't the only one. Good. It's not based on what I like. I mean, not what I like. I mean, what I see. I mean, not...
So, consider other monetizations. Like, consider other forms of monetization. I was talking to Skoy about this because if you're already making, like, let's say you're already making curated and fully edited and in-depth, YouTube content. Let's say you're making videos, opinionated videos, or videos showing off like cool gameplay or whatever. Let's say you're already doing that stuff. A Patreon account that gives, like a Patreon subscription that gives people an inside look to the development of that, to the behind the scenes, an early look at the at the thumbnail, or maybe like 5 seconds of a clip from the video, or an outtake or a blooper, if you're recording voiceover audio, stuff like that is invaluable to the people that want to support you because it gives them another glimpse at you and another way to support you and a benefit from it. And you're already doing that work, and all you have to do is just create a 10-second clip and toss it onto Patreon for that subscription tier. That is such an easy way to monetize a YouTube video outside of the normal ad revenue that a YouTube video would make. And BGL shill, I do not care. You guys are putting so much effort into making videos and getting nothing out of it. This is a way for you to get something else out of it, so you're more inclined to do it.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing wrong with doing this. So monetizing yourself in other ways and on other platforms is a way that you can kind of abate how Twitch is choosing to monetize themselves, because then you just turn off ads, you just have your pre-rolls, you don't push subscriptions on your channel, because if the only benefit to a subscription is using your emotes elsewhere, the handful of people that really want to support you in every way possible and really like your emotes are going to do that. Everyone else is just going to use them on BTTV or on 7TV. And then because nowhere in your contract does it say that your emotes have to be specific to Twitch's platform. Nowhere. You own those, not Twitch. You own the subscription, not Twitch. So you get to choose how to do that. And then just don't push bits and ask for direct donation instead. Like, if someone's like, man, I really want to drop like 100 subs, don't do that. I only get 50% of that. Just take that money that you were going to spend on me and put it into this link instead. With bits, it's a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
But you do make more with bits, because what they do is that they charge. Let's say you want to give me 100 bits. They're going to charge you $1.40 for 100 bits to give me those 100 bits, and that gives me $1. Correct.
And then, like, if someone like were to pay for like $19 for bits, and they send you that, you get 15.
Well, because the price cut comes in what they charge the customer. You have to think about the person donating, what the amount of money that they spent. They didn't spend $20.
No,
they spent $25.
Yes.
So and 5 of that went to Twitch, and then 20 of that went to me.
Yeah. If you look at the cost per like bits and everything, if you think about it this way, 100 bits is $1, 500 bits is $5, 1,000 bits is $10, 10,000 bits is $100. So just think about it in that way. It's like that's how much they get.
But it's not what you spend.
But it's not what you spend. Yeah. So it's just like, that's just a way to think about it. So if you want to, if for you as a viewer want to know how much you're actually sending to the broadcaster, that's how much you're sending to them, is based on like that. So,
and there are really good breakdowns of this on Twitter.
Yeah.
There a lot of people have like done these breakdowns and talked about price, like how you're supporting. And honestly, guys, direct donation through like Stream Elements or Streamlabs, or directly to someone's like directly through someone's Patreon, or just directly to their PayPal account is the best way to do it, because it's over 90%. It's 95%. Of what you spent goes up. You spent $100, I get 95 of it. You spent $100 on subs, I get less than $50 of it.
Every platform that you're on is always going to take a percentage cut. It just depends on how much.
That's fine.
That's fine.
And that's fine.
And that's to survive.
Happen.
That's for the platform to survive.
Yeah, exactly. And that's fine. Ko-Fi, I think, was the best one. Ko-Fi Partner, or Ko-Fi, if you subscribe to your Ko-Fi or something like that, or a Ko-Fi Partner or Ko-Fi subscription, is like 99% or something like that.
Wow.
There was one of them that was 99%. It was amazing. I was looking at that the other day, because like people were talking about this. All of these guys, we didn't come up with these topics on our own. I stole all of these topics from Twitter.
We took a percentage of that cut and put it into this podcast.
And put it into this podcast. But this is the point that I'm making, is start to be creative. Start thinking about monetization off of Twitch. Twitch is not a platform for you to grow. No. It is not a growth platform.
Nope.
You might see a boom, but it's a boom and bust. It always happens. Twitch is not a monetization platform. They want 50% of your primary source of income that they tell you. They want 50% of it. And then the other primary sources of income are also cut in their favor, and also are intrusive to your content. Just, if you don't like that, don't do it, right? If you can't integrate that into your content, just don't do it. So get rid of your monetization on Twitch, and then start monetizing off site. Make a $5 Patreon subscription.
Yeah,
and then you get 420 of that.
Yeah,
and then put it in your Twitch panel.
Have it as a cycling bot command in your chat. Like, do some different ways to be like, hey, if you're watching,
enjoying the stream, consider subscribing.
Consider subscribing to this link, because it's just like that's how they get more money that way.
Yep.
And then that's how you get to see your content streamer more, because it could be able to live off of that. But
and you will get and trust me, like, because this is the thing too, is that I honestly think that we're going to see this trend of people monetizing off of Twitch.
Yes.
And then people are going to ignore, like, I'm literally considering this, getting rid of the emphasis of subscriptions, putting all of my emotes. They're still going to be on the tier 1 subscription. So like, people still want a tier 1 sub. Yes, it does support me, and they get a benefit of using those subs elsewhere. I'm fine with that. But I'm going to put all my emotes on BTTV. So if you're in my chat, you get to use the emotes too.
Yeah.
Right? And then now you don't feel like you have to subscribe to get those emotes. And then just make a Patreon subscription level, and then start providing benefits to that. And then make a tier 2 and a tier 3 there. And then start providing benefits to that, and create, Patreon polls. Like, I'm a speedrunner, so like I don't often think like, oh, let me make a quirky thumbnail for this speedrun video. Like, no, I'm pumping like 3 of these out a week. Like, I gotta do this shit. I gotta do this fast. So for me, I'm like thinking like, okay, well, what's a good way to monetize Patreon? How about a Patreon poll? If you subscribe to this tier, you get to participate in the Patreon poll, and every week there's a poll, and that decides something, content wise.
They could decide, if you get to a certain amount of money, you could decide like, hey, I'm going to be trying out this speed run. Dude, like, trying out and see how it goes. Or I'm going to be
sub goals gone.
Yeah.
Patreon goals, guys. Patreon, Ko-Fi, those are great.
You could do different challenges while you speedrun. You could do fun things. You could be like, I'm going to drink hot sauce while I'm speedrunning for Monster Hunter World, and he's going to try 0%.
Everything. I hate that idea, because I hate hot sauce.
I love that idea. Let's do it.
No. But like, everything that you think about that you do with subs and donations and all that stuff, you could do that off of Twitch. Twitch wants you to think that they're the only option. Somebody made an amazing like spoof video, what's that called? Nope, that starts with a C. Not Cameo.
What are you thinking of? Wait, what was the beginning of your sentence that you were saying?
I'm pretty sure you saw it. It was the video that somebody made that they were like making an announcement, like talking about Twitch as Twitch.
Mocking Twitch, basically.
They're mocking Twitch.
I can say that. I retweeted that.
You did.
That was me.
I can find it then.
But
if you retweeted it, I can find it.
It was so fucking funny because I was reading that and I'm just like, this is manipulative as fuck, and it's great.
Because Twitch is.
Yes.
Because Twitch is. You retweeted it? Where is it? But it's a
scroll a little bit. It's not that far. I didn't tweet anything that day because I was like, I didn't know what to say and I didn't want to say anything.
Okay, here it is. So this is from a larger creator and influencer named Big E.
Yeah.
He made this God, what the hell is it called? A joke video, and someone is gonna tell me what that is, and then I'm gonna be like, I am stupid and I do not have vocabulary.
Go on,
satire.
Just go on.
Oh my god, satire.
That's not a C word.
That's an S.
That's an S. I was like,
it sounds like a C.
that's what I was trying to think of. A C word. I'm like, there's no C words that could relate to this.
Plenty of C words. But he made this satire video talking about Twitch, and legitimately every comment, retweet, and mention of this tweet,
a video,
everyone was like, of this video, everyone was like, oh my god, he's right. Because he is.
Yeah.
And this is the predation of Twitch. Twitch wants you to think that they are the only option. We're the only streaming platform out there. You know when they say, we're the world's largest streaming platform? They're just making that claim. Yeah. Just like anyone can be like,
no,
I'm the fastest Monster Hunter speedrunner.
You could just say that.
Sure, I can just say that. I can. It's true for one game right now. I mean,
I feel like you could just say that just to hype your chat up. Just be like, I'm the fastest speedrunner. It's like, no. And you're like,
in stories too. But like, you can just make that claim at any time, right? Yeah. Twitch also, like, affiliate program, guys, I love you. Reaching affiliate is a really, really big goal. Reaching affiliate takes so little effort.
That's how they grab you.
That's how they get you, by creating a goal that gives you a little bit of hope about like what you can do, and giving you monetization options to make you think like you're going to be a millionaire eventually, to just then go and say, because think about it, you need a 3 viewer average to make affiliate.
Yes.
Guys, please. I asked 3 of my friends to watch me for a month. All they did was just open my stream, and I made affiliate in a month.
Yeah.
If that is the requirement, along with 50 followers and streaming 8 hours that week, that is predatory as fuck. Okay? Look at YouTube's actual partner requirements.
It's realistic.
Those are realistic, yes, because those are based on growth. Those are based on actual metrics. Those are based on literally you putting in the effort to do something. I have been uploading videos to YouTube for 2 years now, and it's just my speedrun VODs. That's it. I am not a YouTube partner. I do not have 1,000 subs. I do not have 500 subs. I don't have anything but the vanity URL, and that's it. And it just shows that you can't do nothing and expect it to happen, which is exactly what you can do on Twitch, because Twitch is predatory in that nature, by making you think that you can be the next, Tim the Tatman or Ninja or Hassan Abi or whoever, just by being live to 3 people and getting monetization options. It's predatory, guys. It really, really is.
It really is. Will that lead to our next topic, though?
Yeah, so...
Could I get honest?
Yeah, absolutely, because I think this affects you the most.
Yes. So I would like to talk about my personal thing with this. So should I be streaming on YouTube? Should you be streaming on YouTube? For me personally...
Should anyone?
That's like, this announcement probably out there, but I do plan on making my adjustment to YouTube. I'm just going to be streaming on Twitch for a little while, just to like kind of let my audience know what's happening, where I'm going to be for like a month and a half or so. That's my plan is. But I am going to be making my adjustment to YouTube. Why am I doing that personally? There's the video.
I was just putting that there in case we wanted to put it in the YouTube comments.
Maybe, yeah. But for me personally, I feel like I can grow on the platform. I have been posting like shorts and like little clips here and there and reaction videos, and I feel like for me personally, I can grow on the platform, and you guys can too. Absolutely, like
anyone can.
Absolutely, and discoverability on YouTube is different. Just streaming on YouTube, like the way you stream on Twitch, will not help you grow on YouTube. You need to think about it differently. You need to think about how to title your YouTube videos, how to make your thumbnails for the live stream itself. It's very very different for that platform. Not only that, but I can talk about the benefits about it later as well, but I just want to talk about like the discoverability part, because I feel like that's like a huge portion of it.
Yeah, that's the thing that everyone's scared about right now.
Yes.
You know, because the majority of people, they go onto YouTube and they're like, I don't see a single stream, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, and I would if you want to see yourself growing on YouTube, then I would definitely recommend like making YouTube videos. If there's a new like event that's happening for like if there's a new title update for Monster Hunter, record yourself.
What?
Yeah, record yourself reacting to it, making a thumbnail for it, and posting onto your channel. And then you'll like a lot of people will probably see that and garnish towards that, and then they will like want to probably see your other content as well, like your live streams, and that's how you start to slowly grow your audience on that platform. YouTube Shorts, fantastic. They're going to be monetizing that like that as well soon, which is
you can
great.
And you can. They are making a separate partner criteria for just shorts creators, because they realize there are some people on YouTube that have channels that only produce shorts, and you cannot make partner off of that right now, but they are making criteria for achieving YouTube partner entirely through shorts.
Entirely through shorts?
Correct.
That's fucking fantastic. So
yeah, no, it's an entirely new like just set of criteria based on your shorts metrics.
Exactly. And with those shorts, you can also post this to other platforms. You can post them to Twitter, you can post them to TikTok, so you can still like try to lead your audience to your YouTube platform. Like all of it like benefits that. And for me personally, I feel like for me at least, it's a good direction to go, and that I want to take advantage of, because I feel like I can definitely do that. And yeah, the only I say negative things right now, if you're going to be swapping from Twitch over to YouTube in terms of like what you're used to, you're not going to have any animated emotes. They're not there yet. VTTV I believe is integrated with YouTube, so you do have that.
Yep.
It's gonna be what am I trying to say? The UI is a lot different, so you're gonna try to get used to that. It's not your usual comfy, like on your desktop, your comfy streams to that extent, where it's just like the stream as a big thing, and then the chat takes up the entire sidebar. They don't have that. That's nice.
They put it fucking underneath the goddamn video player. You know what's
funny? They used to have that. Why are they idiots? No, they used to have that. Because YouTube, they tried to do a thing called YouTube Gaming, but then YouTube, the platform itself, felt like it was too separate and too confusing for their platform, which it was, because it was just like, you go to YouTube Gaming, you can still watch YouTube videos on it. And it's just like weirdly organized and weirdly laid out, so they kind of shut it down for right now. And I guess to like slowly improve to that point, because it did look nice. It did look like a Twitch stream. They had like the whole chat bar on the side, and they had the whole thing.
I remember that too, because I remember watching live streams on YouTube Gaming and being like, oh, this isn't bad. And then like some of my friends started streaming on YouTube, and I was like, oh, let me go look at this. It's like I literally have to scroll down to type to you and then scroll back up. I fucking hate this.
What?
So what I did, because it was I wanted to watch
you wanted it to be bigger,
as big as I could.
Yeah.
Right? Just like on Twitch. I can make it full screen and I get a chat on the side.
When you bumped it out, it kind of bumped down. But if I made it full
screen, if you put it in, all I was doing was just putting it in like the bigger preview mode.
Yeah.
But it moves the chat underneath it.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So you know what I do now whenever I want to watch a YouTube stream, and this is awful, by the way? I open up two tabs, one for chat and one for the stream.
Yeah.
So it's running two video players at the same time, and I hate it.
So I think that's like what also a negative about that. It's a pretty big negative.
Oh my god.
But
it's a huge negative. That's like the biggest negative to me, because that cuts down on interaction. If it's that tedious to type a message, I'm just not gonna type a message.
Yeah, so there's like the negative of that too, but I'm going to talk about the positives as well for this. YouTube, when you become a YouTube partner, 1,000 subs, 4,000 hours of watch time, which is realistic, by the way. It's realistic, and it's very achievable. Realistic. It is very achievable. When you hit that, you have access to, hold on, let me see. Like for emotes wise, because a lot of people love emotes, and I love emotes as well.
Love emotes. Love emotes. Especially the ones that move. You have access, do you have that?
You have access to all of it. You can have as many emotes as you want.
Oh.
So you start with 4. You start with 4.
And then you go to infinity.
And you go to infinity.
Oh, cool.
So it's just like you start with 4. Wow. If you have 2 members, you go to 5, 5, 6, 10, 7, 15, 8, and it just keeps going.
Wow. That's big. That's cool.
That's huge. It's really funny because like this graph that I have, it's just like 5,000 members talk to YouTube.
That's pretty funny.
So those are like
sick.
Yeah, that's really sick, and that's like one of the biggest things about that. Do I think that we're gonna have animated emotes eventually? I definitely think so. Absolutely think so.
There's no way they don't do that.
Exactly. I definitely think we're good. Like YouTube right now is at its growth phase, especially with us a live streaming platform.
It's maybe.
Yeah, they know what they're doing, and they know like they're working on improving things. They have gifted memberships. And once you get to a point when you're streaming and they see you, you're just like, oh, we're gonna give you access to this now. So you're able to access gifted memberships. They have a category on your community tab, because you get a community tab. You can communicate with the audience. This is the schedule for this week. Boom. It's like the community tab is amazing.
Direct communication to your audience. Direct
communication. It's been like so nice.
They needed that for Twitch.
Oh, they really need that
for Twitch.
They really do.
Give me like a place to post messages that notifies my viewers that want to opt into those notifications about that stuff. You have to use Discord for that right now. That's the only way. Like Discord and Twitter are the ways that I communicate with my community. But the community is on Twitch, so why can't I communicate there? And what they want you to do, because you can do this, is send emails to all of your subscribers, and that's just, I'm not sending you guys an email ever. If you ever see an email from Jalbagel, it's either a scam or my merch store.
But not only that, but in the community tab, what they also have is just like they have a lot of benefits for memberships. Not only do you get emotes, but you also get you could also set up on your membership tab in your YouTube studio as the creator. You can set it up so then you can have membership only community tabs. You can set it up so then when you post a video, you can post it to memberships first, and then it goes to the platform itself. And that's why
first.
Yeah, that's why I've been like very iffy about Patreon, because it's just like,
yeah, because you can create that benefit there.
Yeah, exactly. But if you can have that benefit already on YouTube, that's also awesome. So you can do it on both places if you want. Just do it both. If someone doesn't want to become a member,
just do it on both.
Yeah, you get a 70-30 split, and you can have.
There it is.
Yeah, you can make it to however amount of money you wanted to. So it's just like
the price.
You set the price for your sub. Right now, for me on my membership for the YouTube thing, I have it set to $4, which is like $1 less than Twitch, but I make more money than Twitch.
What?
Math. That's crazy. Then my next tier is SkojSkull, which is $10. But there's a lot more benefits with a lot of benefits with YouTube, but then there's a few downsides as well. One of the big ones is that you can't use them yet. You can't use your emotes on other people's streams.
Yeah.
It's like another.
It'll be nice if they fix that or add that eventually. That'd be cool.
I think they're looking. That's just a guess, but I think they're looking into it as well, because some people could probably put in like a very hateful like emote or something.
You could do that now on Twitch.
I know, but like they're probably trying to look into it in a way so then maybe people can report that emote like they're doing right now on Twitch.
Yeah.
So I don't think they have a report emo button on YouTube. So I think they're they're slowly integrating things into YouTube to make it a better experience for you as a live stream platform. YouTube mobile, when you watch a live stream, oh my gosh, 1,000 times
amazing,
1,000 times better than Twitch. Holy shit.
Watch YouTube on this.
Yeah.
Watch YouTube on this. Watch it on tablets and on cell phones.
It's amazing.
Watch it on your PC if you want to lose your fucking mind.
100 times better than Twitch.
Oh my God.
Like the way the Twitch's mobile streaming is awful.
Yeah.
If you want a better experience, go to a browser on your mobile device.
I don't even know why it's so bad though. Like, because this is the thing. Like, I'll be at home on home Wi-Fi, and I'll pull up a stream on my phone because I'm walking around the house and I still want to hear like you scream in Splatoon or something, and it'll buffer constantly.
Yeah, I had to lower my quality to 144p.
Still buffers.
Really?
Still buffers, and I'm on home Wi-Fi.
Wow.
It's insane. It's absolutely asinine.
So
like how that works. And like I don't even know how it's that bad.
I don't know.
Because the UI for it is designed really well, but just like the actual like functionality of it sucks. Searching an emote on there, terrible. Like just trying to like type out an emote, also awful. Man, dude, I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you like how to make it better. It's just not an enjoyable experience.
Yep. So that's like on the top of my head, those are the benefits and different things you could do to be able to grow on that platform.
Yeah, and to talk more about the growth, this is like the last thing that I wanted to hit on is getting into a lot more specifics about the growth. So this is from a tweet from Zmoke Plays. It's Smoke but with a Z, ZMOKE Plays.
Fun.
Yeah, they are a YouTube streamer, and they have only streamed to, or they have grown and streamed only as a streamer on YouTube gaming. So it is possible to do this. You just have to change, just like Skoj was saying, you have to change how you stream and how you promote yourself, how you title things, stuff like that. So he made a tweet they made a tweet to give some tips to understanding and using the YouTube discoverability. One of the things that I saw or two of the things I really want to hit on are the thumbnail. Mm-hmm. Your stream gets a thumbnail. Mm-hmm. And that plays a huge part in your discoverability because just like anything else on YouTube, when you search it, it's the thumbnail. Use that. And it has the exact same like rules of engagement as your videos.
Yep.
You know, something big, something simple. Simple, big, eye-capturing, just like if you're gonna make a thumbnail, put like a couple words on it, and it's big, it's recognizable, you know what you're looking at to grab someone's attention. Mm-hmm. And then your title. He makes I keep doing that. They make a really good point about this. I'm just going to read it straight from their tweet. How do you make an enticing title? Remember that YouTube is a search engine. It's made by Google. Yes. Guys, remember that. It's a search engine. People use YouTube to ask a question. Using your stream title to answer that question or promise to answer it guarantees a click. And that's smart. This is a brilliant way to think about this. Mm-hmm. So here's some ways to turn your titles into answers. Instead of Rebirth Island Demon, you can say how to get high kill games in Rebirth. Instead of playing the new Apex update, you can put everything in the new Hunters of Prey update. You're streaming and figuring that stuff out now. You're turning your stream into a YouTube video, into YouTube content, and you're answering that question in that stream eventually. So when people come and show up and they're like, oh, hey, like, what's the update like? Or like, what's in the update? And they're like, man, this is what we found so far. You know, there's this new skin, there's this new character, here are these new weapons, we found this new tech, and we're still finding more stuff. Hang out and learn with us. That turns your content into interaction.
Yes.
They go on, people on YouTube, people are on YouTube to get their questions answered. Now, this is the state of the platform now. Yes. Answer those questions and grow. Your thumbnail ties heavily into this, but it needs to be handled the opposite way. It needs to be much less info and to be easy on the eyes. There shouldn't be more than 5 words in your thumbnail, which is a good rule for a thumbnail. Remember that people are on their phones and your thumbnails are small.
Oh yeah,
like on the phone.
The thing I like to go by is like the rule of two. There's like you have 2 focus points in your thumbnail. You, a subject, or whatever you want in that thumbnail, and then the topic or what you're presenting on that thumbnail.
Yeah.
Two big things. Like that's like very eye-grabby things when you're just scrolling through subscriptions, when you're through your feed of like videos that you posted, or even unrecommended. 2 big points.
And so like I immediately heard this and I was like, but I'm like predominantly a single streamer, like a single game streamer. It's not like I'm jumping around a bunch of different games, a bunch of different updates, trying out new things. I'm not a variety streamer, so it's hard for me to capitalize on this, you know, new update or new information or new game kind of trend. I only play one game. So how do you capitalize on that? If you're only streaming one game, then develop a good batch of thumbnails, like 6 or 10, and just rotate them out regularly. If a new update drops, add a new thumbnail. Right? Monster Hunter content, dude, TU2 monsters for the thumbnails, and attention grabby like TU2 update, and then your title, everything in title update too. Dude, done. Perfect. There you go. There's your YouTube stream title, and then you get on there and people are searching Monster Hunter Rise, Monster Hunter Sunbreak title update 2. That's literally in your stream title. They're gonna find you and you're gonna be playing it and finding out these things with them at the same time. They say on the other hand, if you're a variety streamer and play a bunch of different games and you don't have the time to make a new thumbnail all the time, because it does take time, it's expensive to commission that stuff, etc. Commission a good thumbnail of yourself or channel art that just shows the vibe of your channel, and then create thumbnails from that, you know, like a good picture of you, and then just like the name of the game or something like that, you know, off to the side. Can be something simple enough to capture you know, people that are just, I mean, like especially like for VTubing right now, guys, people love VTuber art, and if they see like a really good VTuber art in a thumbnail, and it's a game that they like to play, dude, it doesn't matter what you're doing, they're clicking it. Right?
Like with a really big example that I think you use in the feed is like Valkyrie's thumbnail, because Valkyrie, she uses her like a same thumbnail like for every YouTube stream that she does.
Literally everything. And
that's because it's like she's a variety caster, and like herself, she doesn't want to take the time to make a new thumbnail per stream when she streams like daily. So it's like that's why she has like the same thumbnail per stream. But you as a viewer now know that that's a live stream. You see that thumbnail and you're like, oh, she's streaming again. I'm gonna click that and watch her. Like, you know now because you're on her channel. But the last point that Smoke makes, which is one that I'm always afraid of, and it makes perfect sense because Google's algorithm is based on your clicks, not on what's popular, a little bit, but mostly on what's your clicks, on what you click. They say, I can agree that YouTube's AI could use work, but the reason you don't see streams on your feed is because you don't watch streams there. You don't. You're not doing that right now. No. I'm not. I know Skoy's not. We're watching those things on Twitch because that's where we're operating. But for those of us who watch them, our recommended is filled with them. Streams do get pushed to the right people. It's to the people that are watching them. Your YouTube recommended is always going to be what you're watching. Yes, and I think that's only going to improve because I believe that YouTube is working on that. I honestly believe that they're trying to work on that. There's been people like Ludwig that's been talking directly to YouTube about like this issue because he knows, he understands. He's like, discoverability on YouTube, awful. That's what he says. And this just that's solely based on if you want to find streams or find new streams, it's bad in that sense. But if you yourself as a creator is trying to grow on the platform, you need to think about how differently and how discoverability is with posting other types of content for your channel. So that's what you need to think about. And that's the other half of this too, right? Because if you can push your discoverability beyond just this. Smoke is specifically mentioning on streaming only discoverability. It's possible. It's just different, and albeit it's not necessarily designed for that yet. But as more people start using YouTube to watch streams, more people are going to get recommended streams to watch. Yes. They're going to get recommended streams. They're going to get recommended the games that they like to watch, streams and videos. Yes. And then they're going to eventually find you. So it's going to take some time as more people get used to YouTube as the streaming platform. And with
every decision that Twitch is making, it's looking more and more likely that YouTube's going to get more and more aggressive about making the correct changes to make it a streaming platform, not just a video hosting platform.
And they want to do it right too, because there's a lot of decisions that they made in the past as well they took them time to get to do and money, but they did it pretty well. Like there's a lot of decisions that they made that they did pretty well. So like, yeah, there's some decisions that they made that are like very questionable, but eventually gets cycled through and they change it. But like, so that's like sometimes. Another big thing. Your watch time on that stream does not matter to your YouTube videos. They do not connect.
What do you mean?
Like if someone's watching your live stream and that watch time in that live stream does not affect your channel growth for your YouTube videos.
The watch time. So you're saying like after you're done streaming and that stream becomes a video on your channel, it's like a new set of analytics.
No, well, that becomes a video, and that's like that's new, and then people start watching that, and that's different. I'm just talking about like if people like the amount of people that are watching that YouTube or that stream at that moment, and that watch time is different. Does that make sense?
Are you talking about like concurrent viewership versus live views?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the watch time is different. It doesn't affect your actual YouTube videos. If you say you have, I don't know
what you mean by that.
Well, if you say let's say you had like 6 average on your live stream, but you normally get like 1,000 per 2,000 views per your YouTube videos.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't have to worry about like your streams affecting that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you have you're saying that like because you didn't have a banger stream that your discoverability for your videos is gonna drop.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, no, those are separate entities even still. Because they still publish videos differently, they publish shorts differently, they publish streams differently, and the algorithm that picks how those things are discovered operates separately for each of those things.
Yes.
But that's the other thing too, is don't let it demoralize you that you normally have 6,000 views or 10,000 views on a video, but you only had, like six average viewer. Because the difference is that video is a lot more accessible to a larger audience that can watch it on their time rather than your stream, which is on your time.
Yes. So that's what I'm thinking about keeping in mind as well whenever I do finally make my debut stream on YouTube.
Just separate those analytics. Make an Excel sheet, and make one for videos, and make one for streams, and make one for shorts, and then just start separating all that data out. If you really want to see, where you're getting the most bang for your buck, that's probably the best way to do that, so you can see all these things differently. And, whether or not you should be jumping ship now on Twitch to go stream on YouTube, that's an entirely you decision.
It is.
For me personally, for me personally, I don't see myself growing on YouTube right now.
Yes.
Predominantly because of the type of content that I do. Yeah. I'm streaming the same game, speedrunning the same game, the same time on YouTube, and YouTube has already been known to throttle videos with the word speedrun in the title. They don't care about that because they perceive it as the same content over and over and over and over again. So it's not unique and new content. So it just doesn't get published to the front, right? They do that for new video games like the Elden Ring speedruns, or like when Mario Odyssey first came out, or like with the big speedrun games, like they do that all the time. But for other stuff, like doesn't exist to them. So they do the same thing for streams. And I don't see myself being able to answer these questions or do these kinds of things with my kind of content now.
Yeah, you could be like, how fast could you beat Monster Hunter World? How fast can you beat?
And I've tried that. Can you beat? I did that. Can you beat Monster Hunter Rise during Monster Hunter World? No one's asking that question, but I thought it was a fun one to ask.
It was fun.
So it's all dependent on the tools that are available on each platform and how you choose to use them.
Yeah. I think that's about it.
Because well, I mean that's like my last big. I want to leave you with this. You're an independent contractor.
Yes.
You are independent of this company. You are not an employee. You're not paid by this company. You're contracted by this company to provide a service for it. Think of it like you're a food delivery person, a food delivery courier. You can work with Uber Eats. You can work with Grubhub. You can work with delivery dudes. There are countless options you can work with. You have to analyze the tools that are available and the benefits that are available for each one of those services, and then you choose which one works best for you. Those options are always there. I know for me, I can cancel my partner contract with Twitch at literally any time. I'm not bound to Twitch. I have decided that Twitch is my best form of growth for right now and my best source for content creation.
Yeah.
Whether you make that decision for yourself is different. I think it's going to be dependent for every single person. Someone made a thread too that was shared to us. Like if you just want to stream and you want to just kind of vibe and play a video game and chat with people, Twitch is your better place for growth.
Yeah.
But if you are trying to branch out into variety and trying to answer these questions, what's the best, what are the best characters to use in Apex, what's the best loadout for Tarkov, what is the best gear for Title Update 2, what's the coolest monster in Sunbreak. If you're trying to answer these questions, you can answer them on stream, and that stream content becomes your video content too. And you can really start making, you need to use the tools that are presented to you the best way that you can.
And highly recommend YouTube Shorts, highly recommend TikTok, those, especially
Diversify,
those two. Man.
That's what we talked about. We talked about all this stuff.
If you want to make a channel that has a minute long clips, I've seen channels that explode from that, and that's what I'm trying to get into right now as well. Try new things and don't be afraid. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't be afraid to try new things, because if you're stuck in your own lane with something and you don't see it working, then don't be afraid to try different things. Yeah, make a change.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying.
You can the majority of us are at a point in our growth that making those kinds of changes, it's gonna hurt in the short term, but it's gonna work out in the long term if it's a good change.
Yeah.
And especially right now, a lot of people are afraid, if I leave Twitch, then I'm gonna leave behind my 4,000 or 5,000 followers, and I'm gonna create all of that on YouTube. My sibling in Christ, you are not getting 4,000 viewers or 5,000 viewers on Twitch right now. The people that want to watch you will follow you to YouTube.
Oh, yeah. And if
you will still have your core
that
audience, and you will continue to grow there.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube or Twitch and you're worried about that and you want to switch over to YouTube or any other platform, and your stream title, you can say, I'm here now or something. I'm on this platform now. And you can also have a tab on your about page that says, this is where I am right now if you're looking for me. Click this link kind of thing.
They did the exact same thing for Ninja.
Yeah.
They literally routed anyone that went to twitch.tv/ninja to youtube.com/ninja.
Really?
You can do that. Yeah, they did. Yep.
Huh. Yeah. With that though, this is becoming a regular normal podcast length.
I think that's good though.
I
honestly do, because
those of you that want to be informed about all this.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And it's good for us too, because we get to talk about it and we get to bring up questions to each other, because we did that. This was a good podcast.
You know what, Jal, it was
12:30. What happened?
I don't know. That's why I'm just I need to go.
Yeah.
But nah.
Cool. Yeah, I'd say we can close it out.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys have any questions about the whole switching to a different platform or want to talk about it, feel free to talk with us in the comments down below. Yeah, tell us. And I'm going to go through in description, and I'm going to put all the links that we did mentioned in this podcast. I'll put them in the description. So if you guys have any questions of what we were talking about, all that information will be in there. So then you guys can look at it and try to figure out in your own way, how will I diversify? Yep. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you all in the next one. And put us in your mouth.
No, so stop it. We had such a good podcast and you had to ruin it.
Yeah. From Dalai Lama from the Chigaito podcast, which is actually a lot of fun. I enjoy that a lot. VTubing is very intriguing to me. It blows my mind what all gets involved with the process. And also, it's very interesting with the prosthetics. I'm curious how long it will take till we are basically a brain in a jar. All the organs and body parts are simply used to keep our brain alive, excluding the fun bits.
Wait.
But no, the process for V2Me is crazy, and I'm actually my model's gonna get worked on in October or whenever she's able to get it worked on before then, or I don't know. Like I'm excited. Like, so
yeah,
we're gonna have like a VTuber version of me in the podcast once that is all done. Yes, I'm so excited for that. It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna have a horny Skoj in the podcast. Wait. But yeah, no, it's
implying that this one isn't horny. Sus.
But no, yeah, like imagine things in the future where things become a brain in a jar. I don't want to imagine that. I'm good.
That's some Black Mirror stuff right there. That's a Black Mirror episode. Like, humanity has evolved past its needs for an organic body, and now is just a brain inside of a jar with a penis stuck on the side.
A jar with a penis. I don't want to imagine that. All right.
This next one's from Garlic on the same podcast with Chikaito. Garlic says, I've always been bad at fighting games and don't like PvP, but I appreciate fighting games as someone whose partner's into them. I love seeing the character art and watching people play. They're very fun to spectate. I'll kick some ass in Super Puzzle Fighter 2 though. I don't know what that game is, but that sounds great.
Sounds like a puzzle game.
Garlic, thank you for the comment.
Thank you,
but I wholeheartly agree with that, because like PvP stuff puts me way on edge, and but I can definitely like appreciate, you know, high end level like Smite gameplay, and like even stuff like now like the Guilty Gear stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, I'll never get into those games, but the skill level behind it is insane.
Yeah, the skill level is insane. Like, I've watched like Overwatch tournaments before because I loved playing Overwatch at the time, and I was watching, I was like, I can't do that. Maybe I can do that. I tried. I'm like, I did it completely wrong. It's always funny because like when you go into like these competitive matches and you go with a bunch of randos and you have a group of people that are like trying to do it. So it's like, we should do it this way. I saw it in the tournament. It works. We should do it this way. I'm like, no. Oh man, but yeah, I feel like that's a good stop there. Next week or next Snack Break, we'll cover a lot more comments. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the comments and all that you guys do.